Okay, so everyone, this is, and someone doing uptime, this is Jebro, this is the medkit healing scrapper, and look at the range of this heal on medkit. This is just to start it off. Do not be fooled by the medkit range on the heal 1 for Med Blaster. This is the range of your first heal. Literally. Literally. It's on 5 targets. You don't even need to go near him to heal him. It looks like a tiny blast, but that is 600 range. You can see if I go out the range there, he's not taking any damage, so there is that. If I heal him here, he's not in. If I fill him here, he's healed. Oh my god. Okay, well this is the start of the video, everyone. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so stream, what's going on? The reason I have a massive ring around me at the moment, and I'm doing a build video, so the stream is very patient while I describe why this is such a good build. Well, maybe too good. As you saw, the reason I've got this ring up currently is because of the fact that the range on the Med Blaster looks very, very tiny. Like, and in the medkit, if you don't know what I'm talking about, medkit just got a massive change. Massive change. Ages ago, they changed the look of it. They changed a few bits and bobs. But the look, like the actual abilities-wise, they added stuff. They changed stuff. So let's go through quickly the medkit build. And then you can say, well, Jebro, this ain't going to work. It's rubbish. It's bad. It's a bad build. It's awful. But you should be doing this. And stuff like that. So I'm going to do this. It's coffee. Let's go through it. Chafe and Zan are playing this as well, but I think we're all playing tiny little different variations, and mine can be different to theirs, but I think it might just be a sigil difference. And also there could be some stuff which is wrong, or that I need to check and get researched, so that's also something as well. So, the build is based around medkit. It's also based around inventions, alchemy, and scrapper right there. The reason this ring is here as well is to show you the range of the Med Blaster, because it's not very obvious how big this range is. So Med Blaster is the first skill medkit. Inventions, alchemy, and scrapper, and then we've gone for hammer, and we've gone for sigil of agility, which of course is gain 5 seconds of swiftness and 2 seconds of quickness when you swap to this weapon while in combat. So obviously you've got kits, so we can get the on swaps for the actual weapons and kits as well, so we can get that. Now the idea of this build is to potentially add boons to yourself so you can provide extra healing in different times. It's not to overly do it. So rune choice could be different and changed, I admit that as well. And there could be little changes which could be done, but this is basically a discussion to discuss the build as well and to see what else happens. I'm doing this while I'm streaming on Twitch, so I'm sorry if I can't answer obviously everyone's questions, but there we go. I don't know about a line of sighting. That's very, very true. I haven't really tested that too much. I haven't really been paying attention because I've been too excited about it. But yeah, so agility is going to add swiftness, is going to add quickness. So that's 2 boons. And we've got on might gain, we've got 3 boons. On hits, sorry, you gain might, and that's going to be 3 boons there. And don't forget that 2 seconds of quickness means I can jump into medkit and get some nice burst healing off with these skills. I'm going to show you the skills right now. It's important to show those off very quickly. For flip's sake, why is this thing attacking me? This random NPC. Fix the mist. So medkit 1. Restore the health to allies with several pulses of healing energy. Heals more for each boon on the ally. So obviously if the ally has a ton of boons, that's fantastic. So boon dispersal isn't really something that Engineer does. Engineer can convert them now. And hello Crash Chief as well. We can convert conditions into boons and do different things like that. We can offer up protection where we can do that through inventions, but we're not doing that. So we're not really giving out a lot of boons unless we think about water. I don't think there are different runes where you can do that as well. So there is a potential to change this rune. I will say that for nothing, but whether or not that's needed, I don't know. We're just having a look at the moment. And let's continue actually. Heals more for each boon. Okay, so healing for each boon is 23. Base healing is 354. Number of targets is 5. So it actually can heal 5 people, which is pretty crazy. And you can easily get up to 1,000 healing per blast. In raids especially. I played this in raids yesterday with another scrapper, and it was excellent. Like it is just healing. It is literally just healing and conde removal, but it's still very strong and fun. Second ability is Bandage Blast, which fires several bandages ahead of you to heal allies. So you fire out 5 bandages. Heal per bandage is 3,151. That number is incorrect. It's actually wrong. So the time, it might have been fixed. I don't think so. But it is incorrect at the moment. That's been confirmed by devs as of yesterday, of the day of the patch. So the number is actually wrong. And if you mess about with health insurance, I believe, you will be able to see that. So this increases your healing effectiveness and gain increased healing to others while using a medkit. It says medkit bonus 10% outgoing healing effectiveness and outgoing healing effectiveness 10%. If you add that to that, it actually goes up by like 200% or something. So it's a bit, the number's wrong, but the numbers you're getting when you heal are correct. And it is about 1,000 or so. So that's great. Fantastic. Right. Next one. Sorry, I was vaping random. Cleansing Field. Release purifying vapors to cleanse conditions from allies near you at each interval. So conditions removed per pulse. So 4 pulses. It's AoE. Interval of pulses a second. So you put it down. It's going to be a first conde removed, then 3 seconds after the one per pulse. And the combo field is water. So let's put what can we do with our water field? We can blast it, and we can blast it with our 5th skill, which is a combo blast finisher, everyone. We have a few of those. 5th skill. So 5th skill is actually a bomb. It's called Infusion Bomb. But let's continue to the 4th skill. And look how quickly the cooldown comes off. Unleash a cascade of concentrated healing vapors around you. It's just an AoE heal for 5 people. So these 2 are probably the least used. Regeneration is obviously very, very good because it increases your healing power and whatnot anyway. Regen is just good anyway. And Infusion Bomb is throw your bomb that grants boons to nearby allies when it explodes. So that's going to grant a boon, which is what we were talking before with something else in the build as well, of course. So just be wary. Well, I'm not actually gone through it yet, so you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But you will soon. So, and that's actually something I didn't think about in the build. See, this is the thing I'm still thinking about, this build and how it's going. But anyway, so we have, and there are a couple of different options. There are a couple of different things you can do. So I'm still thinking about this build as you go on. Whereas these guys have been playing it for a day, like solidly. I probably all got this nailed down. But I'm using Hammer at the moment. Now, Hammer is obviously good for your survival. You have a block, you have an evade, you have Electro Well, which obviously can reflect projectiles, and you can build up some might again, which gives you a boon. So on hit, you gain might. So that's the thing. Also, you've got Elixir Gun, so don't forget the Elixir Gun is good for many, many, many things. Super Elixir, you're going to be removing conditions, don't forget. So you can also do it. You do Area Cleanse if you do the Blast. Also, you get Fumigate, you can remove conditions. Don't forget you do that as well. You can give yourself a boon by, and this is going to be relevant soon, it's by giving, by hitting a mob, obviously, with Glob Shot, which will, bounce between people and it'll give you swiftness, and then obviously you've just got the bleeding and the weakness on the first skill, so you can apply some added weakness in different places, which is awesome. Then we've got the Bulwark Gyro, of course, which deploy Bulwark Gyro, Watchful Eye to nearby allies. We give stability on this for ourselves, obviously, as well, and super speed and whatnot when it gets destroyed. So that's the standard in the Scrapper build that I'm running here. It's no different to many other Scrapper builds. So there's normally a choice between these 2. Adaptive Varvent did obviously get changed a couple of times as well, but we're using Final Salvo at the moment. Again, same Purge Gyro is going to remove conditions, which is 2. And again, when we explode that, and you see I get the stability as well, we do get the super speed, which is very, very useful, obviously, for our own survival as well. Don't forget that we can use this in conjunction with a blast, which is going to give us swiftness and stability as well, so don't forget about that. And again, applying another boon to us, which is fantastic. Then we have Sneak Gyro, same again. Sneak Gyro is just the Sneak Gyro. And the reason I'm going to explain about the Sneak Gyro and the Mortar Kit in a minute is also just preference in play rather than just anything else, but there are a couple of different reasons. Sneak Gyro is not only good for look at the radius of the Sneak Gyro right now. If it's so really well around in a circle with something else, it's really good. It's like some ability. I don't know. So I can stealth heal. Technically. I don't think do I get revealed when I heal like that? I'm actually not too sure. I don't think so. As long as I don't hit anyone. But basically, like, you can get into stealth and you can stealth heal. So I can, like, don't know, I'd need someone to go and hit something, I think. Don't know if there's anyone that can hear me that's in the mist right now. This guy's going to take some damage. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so look. Look. He's getting healed. Look at that. I'm not even facing him. Why? Oh, that's literally... Alright, they're not actually taking any damage. There is that. Yeah, I'll remain in stealth. Yeah, exactly. If I don't damage anyone. So I can literally stealth outside a point and just heal someone. And so you are like a stealth tank healer, basically. Like, this is different from anything. So that adds that to the kind of mix of things. It changes it up, you know, completely. It's really... It's like, I've been doing that in a situation... But I've been on the point too much, I think. And I can just heal a Necro from quite far away. I think they're going to nerf... First nerf they're going to do... They're going to change that range to 300, I reckon. It's quite a big range. But I think they want to do it for raids and stuff. Does it work behind cover? No, that's the thing. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. Yep. No, it doesn't. I don't think so. Keeps walking away though. I think line of sight wise. Yeah, it doesn't. If I just face this way. Yeah, so you have to have them in line of sight. Okay. Right. No, that's good. Otherwise it would be too strong. Otherwise it would be ridiculously stupid. It would be ridiculously stupid if it was without line of sight. You could just hide behind rocks. Okay, so you need to have line of sight of your target to heal them. So that's a good thing to know. Other abilities, we've just been through those. Okay, yeah, and the gyros and whatnot as well. Now there is a possibility to play Mortar Kit. Reason obviously for Mortar Kit is the heal, obviously there, which is a benefit. And because you are so far away, I mean, you can be so far away. I guess damage wise as well, you could potentially do that. So that's not too bad. Someone died. I was gonna go heal them. That was. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot per tick. Yeah, it's not bad. But it's not bursty healing. It's just like tap, tap. It's like okay every so often. So I'm sticking with... I did go with Mortar Kit at the start. I'm going to stick with Sneak Gyro. I'm going to put some gameplay as well when this goes on YouTube. But yeah, remember, I'm just, you know, very average PvP. So don't judge me too harshly. Anyway, let's go through the build itself then. So let's have a look. You've been here before. You've done this before, didn't you? Yeah, maybe. Adventures Alchemy. and also Scrapper. So we're using Taco to have a look with our range right now. This is the only reason I'm using it. Otherwise, I might use it during the game. It's a bit cheeky though, but I probably won't. I mean, it's just a range indicator at the end of the day, but I don't think I'll use it. I've never really used it before. We're literally using it for this video. In fact, no, I'm not going to use it at all. So inventions. Anyway, cleansing air synergy. So using a healing skill triggers a cleansing pulse around you. Cleanse a condition from nearby allies. Now this, your heal skill is this. I'm nigh invincible. Akujin, our friend, is just here right now as well, talking to us in whisper. Your heal skill is this, which is going to trigger things like recovery matrix as well. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just make sure that's correct. That is right? That should be working. Yeah, there you go. 3,774. It's actually 2 over, so I don't know what that is about. It's a tiny bit of extra healing power. Auto defense bomb dispenser. So drop a smoke bomb when you are disabled. So this causes blindness and helps your survivability generally. Now you don't have to go for that. You can go for automated medical response. And I think pretty sure that there is that bandage self-heal that comes up, because obviously if you got healing turret, then it would be your 6th skill there, but they change it to that bandage self. So you can go for that, and if you're thinking of running shield, which is totally viable I think as well, you can go for overshield. So shield skills can gain reduced recharge and grant protection to nearby allies, so you can support with protection and you can support with healing, so you can do a couple of different things. So that's pretty good as well. I might try both. I might try shield as well, which is quite cool. Reconstruction enclosure. Sorry, grant protection to nearby allies when you use a heal skill. So the heal skill, that is going to not... Yeah, it does apply protection off that heal. So that, again, that is 100% correct. So that's good. Mecha legs. This is for your movement speed, because we haven't got much movement speed. We can gain swiftness through lightning fields, obviously, but we haven't got much movement speed. Other than that, you can go for Soothing Destination if you do get other if you feel like you can get swiftness a lot out of this build. You can't get a lot of it with lightning fields and whatnot and blasting them, but still, you know, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, you don't do a shitload of blasts that you know, I still think this is better. Your healing power is increased when you have regeneration. So don't forget, when we get regeneration, obviously, there is a skill here which is just going to give you directly... it's actually not going to give you directly regeneration at all. It gives your allies regeneration. But the 5th skill will give you regeneration as well. And you can get it from, example, Healing Mist. You wouldn't use that other than for a stun break, though. Don't use that to get regeneration unless you know you're not going to get stunned and they've used all their cooldowns. Because that's still 30 seconds, so it's not going to happen anyway. But yeah, you'll be getting regeneration from other sources as well, so it's not too bad. So try to do your most healing, like, if you can, when you've got that, because it gives you an extra 250 healing power stat. And then you've got medical dispersion field. A percentage of healing you apply to yourself is shared with nearby allies. I feel like they've been wanting to try and bring this in for a long time, and now it's very, very useful. And we're pretty sure this, a percentage of healing you apply to yourself is shared with nearby allies, is going to synergize with other different things. For example, backpack regenerator. So recover health every second when you're using an engineering kit. So at the moment, 195 healing when I'm in a kit, as long as I've got low HP, and no HP, sorry, not no HP, but lower than 100% HP, I am healing myself. So whenever I heal myself, even if I heal with a bomb, whatever, a percentage of that healing is going to be going to a nearby ally, right? So that's 195 healing every tick. Let's go into the mist, sorry. Is going to be going, you know, a percentage of that heal. It's not going to be 195. It's not that, you know, exact, because it's a percentage of... it's going to go to allies as well. So that's just a ticking heal, which is always happening. So taking some damage is always good. So like sometimes just don't take, you know, a massive amount of damage. Put yourself into a little bit of AoE every so often. It's kind of a weird thing to say. you're 100%, if you're in a team fight, you're going to be taking some kind of damage anyway, so you don't need to purposely put yourself in damage, obviously. But if it's a 1v1, you're holding a point, I mean, you know, 2v2, sorry, and you can see there's a little bit of damage on the side, and they're focusing on the necro rather than you. Put yourself into a little tiny bit of damage, get into some cleave, make sure you're healing yourself a little bit just off of backpack regenerator, and make sure you're in a kit for that to actually work as well. So make sure you're doing that when you're using the engineering kit itself. And obviously if you're in med kit, it's going to be happening anyway, so you're good. Let me just turn the sound down a little tiny bit because this guy is clearly shooting things. Jesus Christ, we know it's okay. So yeah, there's that. Really good synergy between those. I'm going to be missing a few things, I feel like, here as well. Also, another thing, you do heal yourself when you grant yourself a boon as well. And this is more synergy between this. Percentage of healing you apply to yourself, again, is shared with nearby allies. First synergy, really good between that and backpack regenerator. So every second, you are going to be healing yourself. For a certain percentage, that healing goes to allies. Then you heal yourself when you grant yourself a boon, which is what we're doing with agility and what we're doing with courage as well. So every 2 seconds we're hitting something, we're able to get might. So we're going to be healing ourselves for a specific amount of heal. It says, where is it? I can't remember. 50%. So it's 50%. Okay, that's actually not so bad. So that's going to be 35 or so healing off that. That's going to be what, 100? So 135 tick-ish. Heal extra per tick, which is probably per second, which is per second, right? That makes sense. Is going to be dispersed without you doing anything as long as you're in a kit and you're taking a bit of damage. So you're already doing tiny, it doesn't sound like much, but when it's on 5 people and when you're doing AoE healing anyway, it starts to add up, you know. And then look at the rest of the build as well. So lesser elixir B, so you can be getting boons here, and it's per boon, right? It's not even per, yeah, it's when you grant yourself a boon. There you go. And you gain increased concentration as well, but it's not massively important. It's still good, but you know, increases boon length, obviously. It's not worse, it's pretty awesome. So that I think they reduced that cooldown in the balance patch as well. So this is all as of the 7th of May. Yonex as well asks, how is healing Scrapper? Any changes to the build? I'm literally just doing it in PvP right now. So there are a few changes. We're just going through it at the moment. And it's mainly because of survivability. So in PvE, I would assume if people want to run this, they'd probably go for automated medical response. They don't really need that. They would go for soothing detonation and other stuff as well. I mean, I think everywhere else is probably pretty good. But this build wise, health insurance is a big change because Medikit came in. Increase your healing effectiveness and gain healing. I'm not sure if they did add this. I can't remember. I have to double check. But increase your healing effectiveness and gain increased healing to others while using a med kit. So you always must make sure you're in med kit as much as possible as well to do the maximum amount of healing, other than if you're using bigger cooldowns to remove conditions from obviously some of these abilities. Put your boon on yourself, make sure you're always in med kit. Obviously you're going to be in med kit to heal the most, but you know, it just makes the most sense. It's not, you know, that's not a stupid thing to say. You know, if you're healing, you're going to be in that kit anyway, so I guess I can shut up. Lesser elixir C. Drink a lesser elixir C when you reach a threshold of conditions affecting you. Okay, fine. Backpack regenerator, so that's actually, yeah, okay, because you're converting 2 conditions to boons. So obviously, you know, again, you're gaining boons, I guess, and you'll be healing yourself through that compounding chemicals trait. We've already been through backpack regenerator, so you're recovering health when you're in a kit, and that was back in the day of Celestial as well, which was really strong for just generally healing yourself. And again, it goes to medical dispersion field if you're not getting that by now, and there's not much else I can do. It's pretty much a healing build. It's like, I think as well you can combine it, but this is just strictly like if you want to be just a healer basically. I mean, I am doing quite a bit of damage. Like, I'm out sustaining people in 1v1s in terms of Condi classes and stuff if they're 1v1 on the cap. I beat a Necro today and an Engineer who is Condi as well. So, I mean, it can beat people, but, you know, higher levels, it's not going to beat people in 1v1s. You're there to support. You're a firebrand, effectively. It's not as good as a firebrand, though, I don't think. Or 2v2s, so you could have this, a firebrand, and other stuff. It's a bit like how Tempest was played in the previous tournaments as well. Pretty much pure healer, yeah. Pretty much pure healer. CC, utility-based, stealth resing, good res. You know, there's a few different things. You got stealth and stability res, depending on if you get corrupted. And questions are being asked in Twitch as well, as this is kind of going through. So everyone on Twitch knows that I'm kind of doing a YouTube video, but also they're asking questions. Yeah. It can only really be a 4 heal build. And now we pick Purity of Purpose. Now, when you would cleanse a condition from an ally, convert it into a boon instead. So remember, this is self as well. I'm still not sure if this is granting. I don't think so. I think this is more. I think this counts for compounding chemicals. I mean, I'm transferring it from a condition into a boon. Am I granting myself a boon? I'm not sure. Again, I'm not 100% sure. You'll be able to see the ticks on the screen as well, which we might be able to go through in slow motion. But again, you know, when it cleanses a condition, turn that condition into a boon. Effectively, you can see on the screen things like fear, obviously going into stab, and whatnot as well. So poison, regen, etc., and so forth. Weakness, might, vulnerability, protection, torment into 3 stacks of might, slow into quickness, all that kind of stuff. Fun stuff as well. Blind into fury. Which is obviously, it's useful in massive team fights as well. And then Scrapper, and Scrapper is not actually like super awesome for this. I think it obviously it is because of the res mechanic that is Scrapper, so this makes Scrapper very viable as well, especially lower, like if you're playing in lower tiers like gold 2 or even gold 3, I'd say, or even like plat 1 below, and you play this build, I mean, you can carry some really big team fights because hardly anyone is playing support. Hardly anyone is playing support at the moment in queues. No, you Twitch chat, you keep talking and asking questions because this is what viewers on YouTube are going to do. I will answer the questions to you, and there will be questions that people on YouTube ask as well. So if you have questions, I will say your name and you can ask a question and you'll be on a video, essentially. There you go. So Scrapper, let's go through it quickly. Function Gyro, you gain access to Function Gyro, which can use to finish a foe or revive an ally. I would say try and make sure you use this for reviving only, unless you know you really need to. Recovery Matrix, use your heal skill, grants you barrier. Remember, your heal skill, your self heal skill, is your bandage self. It's not your self skill. That gives you barrier there. I sometimes just use it. If I need a bit of protection and barrier, because I know there's burst coming in. And the cooldown is 17 seconds. It's actually quite low, and it's actually quite a decent heal as well. So don't always do that, because it's not always the best idea. You probably want to save it for some actual HP. Okay, yeah. I'm just reading the chat again. When you successfully revive an ally or finish an enemy, you grant yourself barrier and great speed to nearby allies. So you give barrier of 2,865. We grant that barrier, and we obviously give super speed as well to get our position. And obviously, with that super speed, it's going to be healing as well. Now remember, rapid regeneration is a self-sustaining heal is ridiculous, and this goes hand in hand with everything else. So guess what is happening? Where is it? So don't forget, you remember as well that regeneration, that's very, very important. Where is this? A percentage of the healing you apply to yourself is shared with nearby allies. If you have super speed swiftness, look at this, super speed swiftness, so that's 600 plus 165. We're just going to go for rough numbers. I'm not going for exact. So we'll say 600, 150. So 750 there, all right? Then we've got one boon, all right? So that's even at the very lowest, 800. So just roughly, it's over that. I know that. 800, right? Then you've got another 200. So that's a K, all right? So then through this trait, this is 5 technically, and this should be correct. It's 500 heal per tick if you're in a kit and you're not actually doing anything. Like, well, you're getting swiftness obviously and super speed, but you guys see what I'm trying to say? Question from Yonex. In what situations will this build be good to run? Team fights. 2v2s. Solo to survive and hold a cap. For sure. Surviving. Also defending a boss, the Lord, I guess. Now, I'm pretty sure about that. I could be wrong. But this is self-healing. This is healing you're applying to yourself, you know. I'm regenerating. And also I've got the boon, so I'm adding swiftness anyway. You can't. So that is a lot of healing. So the reason you can see a lot of ticks coming up, not only when I was in the raid yesterday, but in PvP, is that it's not just the boons coming from, the healing coming from compounding chemicals, coming from backpack regenerator, which I'm then sharing to my team via the medical dispersion field. It's actually rapid regeneration as well, because it's the swiftness and the super speed. I am pretty sure that that is what is happening. It should be happening by my understanding. It might be me being stupid. If chat is, you know, knows something else about that, sure. If also comments as well, then please, like, make sure, you know, you correct me, because I'm, you know, I don't want to just completely say the wrong shit. And make sure again you're in healing, you're in this kit as well, if that's at all occurring, because it will increase your outgoing healing effectiveness as well. Yeah, don't spoil things, people. I know you're a dude. It's all good. Barrier you receive is stronger, so obviously that's good for the heal that we saw over here. And then we're not gone for adaptive armor, which is gain barrier when struck, reducing incoming condition damage while you have barrier. We've actually gone for final salvo. Now, final salvo is good for your survivability and for your teams, especially if you want to go for reses and such. Activating his gyro grants stability to you and your gyro. Gyros grant super speed and create lightning field when destroyed. So not only is it good for the stability and obvious things there, lightning fields to gain even more swiftness if you blast. You will be gaining rapid regeneration as well. So don't forget, obviously when these get destroyed, you get the lightning field, you get that super speed. Pretty nice, hey? And we also get stability, which is another boon, which is going to be really, really helpful for healing. But yeah, this build is quite strong at the moment. It can be bursted down because we haven't got a lot of toughness. So if you see an engineer and he's spraying shit on people, kill him, because you can. It's actually not that bad, not that difficult. He has a lot of ways to get out though. So I'm thinking in terms of ways he can counter it. Watch to see if he's used his thunderclap and his shock shield, which is his block obviously. Make sure it gains barrier on hit as well. It's got evades. You know, he can get out of line. He can get out of line of sight because he can actually kite around as well. He's got a lot of defense and stealth, so make sure someone is on him. So yeah, it's difficult. Make sure you're on that. So there could be different suggestions in terms of, there's not many healing amulets out there. Harriers isn't too bad, but concentration isn't really the best stat for this build, because you know, we talked about this last night, me and Max, who I raid with. You don't really give out a lot of boons, right? So there's no point in concentration. Doesn't feel like concentration is that useful. Someone suggested yesterday Avatar, so power, precision, vitality and healing power. Something you could go for a bit more damage, I guess. Half the healing power, so not as focused, so it could be more 2v2 oriented. If you've got too much healing, you could change to Avatar Amulet as well. Not too bad. But other than that, I mean, Celestial is also something potentially you could go for 60 healing, about half of that. And obviously you've got a bit of toughness, you've still got vitality, it's a bit more all around, but you haven't got any condition damage. It feels like it could be a little bit of a waste. Stats wise, I don't think there's, I mean, you could go for paladins. You're not really going to have much healing power, obviously. I mean, you know, still got about 1 for 7.5. You can sustain, but you know, you want to just, I don't think that's a good idea. Sages again is condition damage. You do get healing power, but condition damage, unless you want to go for some kind of Condi variant. Unless you want to go for pistol shield, then Sage actually could be quite a good one to go for. Could actually be quite a good one to go for. Not too bad. Wizard is not even healing power, so there you go. So there isn't really many other options for that in terms of amulets, but there are a few that you could try. It doesn't mean, you know, what I'm saying here is gospel. People could be doing their own thing. Again, the reason I've got courage is to give yourself another boon. You could go for something more defensive. You don't need to go for condition removal because you've already got a ton of it. You could do if you want. You could go for energy. Pretty sure that's a pretty solid choice. I'm going for Menders because Menders is going to be giving me power precision. Power is a main stat, obviously, for hammer, which is good. Vitality, a little bit of HP is obviously going to be good as well. And healing power, but I've got hardly any toughness, so that toughness is an issue. So any bursty classes like Rev, Thief, Reaper, anyone that's not Condy based can really wreck you. Holosmith as well. You know, they're going to be doing a ton of damage. So you're going to have some kind of toughness to back you up, some kind of damage mitigating things like Bulwark Gyro, Shock Shield and everything else. You're going to be playing defensive when they approach you. Water Rune as well. It's probably one of the best. It doesn't give you any boons, right? It gives you boon duration. When you get struck to remove a condition, boon duration when you use a healing skill, you and nearby allies are healed for a small amount. Does give you the healing power stat as well. So any rune that gives you some boons would be quite nice. A little bit of extra healing power is good, obviously, as well. So have a look through the runes, see if there's anything that tickles your fancy, I guess. Yeah, and protection is good versus power builds as well. That is something that Winnie Burt said in chat. So make sure you know Bandage Self is going to give you a bit of barrier. It's going to give you a bit of protection as well. So anything that can give you protection. And again, this could be another reason why shield might be quite good. If you don't go for auto defense bomb dispenser, which is another reason, another way you can defend yourself, which is an auto defend passive thing. Which again, I don't really massively like passive stuff, but you know, it's there. Overshield again is an activated protection, which I much prefer. I'd prefer something like that to be an auto. Like no, because then you're still an auto passive bullshit thing, which I hate in Guild Wars 2. But you can use a shield and you can get protection. You know, let me just show you. So I use a shield, get protection there. Shield again and protection. Boom. So that's a possibility, and you could go for pistol shield. It does, yeah. It screws over condition builds completely. Like they cannot hurt. They can hurt you. I can stay pressured for a while from a Scourge in a fight. Well, I have died a few times in the stream today, but yeah. I mean, there is some potential for different builds here. Obviously, if someone will come up with something that's the best, as we normally do. But yeah, it should definitely give it a bash. See what if you like it. There'll be some other runes here which might be nice that you can use. But I'm pretty sure that water's quite good. Have we got Monk might be alright. Boon duration, chance of struck to heal for a small amount. Outgoing healing effectiveness. So Monk actually could be good as well. And it's 10% outgoing healing. So that actually might be good as well. Boon duration doesn't matter too much because you want to reapply them every so often. Although stacks increase, increasing stacks should work with compounding chemicals. I'm pretty sure. So even the things that rely on duration, if you add duration, I'm not sure if that counts or if you completely refresh the duration. In compounding chemicals. So again, that's something I need to, you know, test and ask other people about. Because this is the problem with some of the abilities in Guild Wars 2. Some things are not completely explained, and some things are actually not probably working the way they are written in tooltips, which is why they constantly change tooltips in Guild Wars 2 on patches. But yeah, otherwise, yes, that was the Scrapper healing build, which took a while to go through. Yeah, the res function on this build is very good as well. Unless you have people actively corrupting, then yes. I'm not sure if it's going to work in top tier competitive play, in ATs and whatnot, in UGOs, in the Mist tournaments, but we'll see. Thank you for watching this video if you watched on YouTube, and thank you to Twitch for your chat, questions and whatnot. That's it. Goodbye from this video thing of love. Okay, good, awesome. That's that then.